If you look inside your computer, the central processing unit, the CPU, is the undisputed brain of the operation. But if you ask that genius-level chip to draw a high-end 3D video game, it will practically freeze. Think of the CPU like a single, brilliant professor. That professor can solve the most punishing quantum physics equations in existence, but they have to do it by solving one problem at a time in strict sequence. A graphics processing unit operates on a different philosophy. Instead of relying on one brilliant professor, a GPU functions as an army of 10,000 basic synchronized workers. Lighting up millions of individual pixels 144 times a second is an exercise in sheer scale. Parallel processing works by distributing simple math problems to thousands of workers at the exact same moment, handling the volume through massive numbers. Generating a living, breathing digital world relies entirely on coordinating this massive swarm to calculate the geometry of a scene simultaneously. Housing that swarm requires significant physical space. This results in a modern graphics card becoming a heavy brick of metal and plastic, equipped with cooling fans and an independent power supply. These chips begin life on a large silicon wafer, which is then cut into individual units. Manufacturers test these chips in a binning process. A flawless chip becomes a flagship component, while chips with microscopic defects have those specific sections permanently disabled and are sold as lower-tier models. Powering these billions of transistors requires massive electrical current. During an on-screen explosion, the card can pull double its normal power limit in a fraction of a millisecond. To prevent a system crash, voltage regulator modules act as floodgates, absorbing these intense electrical spikes. Within the computer case, the graphics card functions as a high-density power plant, pulling massive current to sustain its microscopic army while fighting a constant battle against thermal meltdown. Turning math into an image involves a strict assembly line. The first step is vertex processing, where the hardware calculates raw geometry to build a 3D skeleton of the game world out of millions of intersecting lines. Then comes rasterization. Since a monitor is a flat surface, the GPU must flatten that mathematical 3D skeleton into the 2D grid of pixels that fits your screen. As this diagram illustrates, the system saves time using early Z reject. If an enemy is hiding behind a brick wall, the GPU calculates that the object is obscured from the camera and refuses to draw it, removing that data from the workload. Once hidden objects are discarded, texture mapping units wrap the remaining visible wireframes in digital skin, clothing fabrics, and metal reflections to create a finished look. To maintain smooth motion, the system aggressively discards information that never reaches the player's eye, focusing the hardware's power entirely on the visible geometry. Producing frames quickly is only half the battle. Even the fastest rendering process fails if the pathway sending those frames to the monitor is congested with traffic. This diagram shows the impact of memory bus width. On a narrow 128-bit bus, data packets pile up in a digital jam. When that pathway expands to a 256-bit highway, the system moves exponentially more data simultaneously without a queue. To reduce highway traffic, the GPU uses L1 and L2 cache, super-fast memory built directly onto the chip. This ensures the workers have immediate access to instructions without waiting on distant memory banks. Engineers further streamlined this flow with resizable bar. By granting the CPU direct, unrestricted access to the GPU's entire memory pool, the system can bypass traditional staging limits, leading to a measurable jump in frame rates. Raw computing horsepower is ineffective without an equally advanced logistical highway engineered to deliver that data to the screen. For decades, computers used clever shortcuts to fake lighting. The ultimate hurdle is ray tracing, calculating the real-world physics for every beam of light, shadow, and reflection in a scene. Look at this diagram to see the mathematical weight. A single beam hitting a surface splinters into millions of secondary calculations to determine exactly how light should bounce and reflect across a room. This mathematical load causes a massive performance hit. The hardware often chokes on the complexity, causing the frame rate to drop to an unplayable crawl. Physical light simulation pushed traditional parallel processing to its limit. Addressing this required a new paradigm that moved away from pure brute force rendering. The industry shifted toward deception. Instead of forcing the hardware to render a full 4K image, the GPU intentionally renders a much smaller, lower-resolution version to relieve the physical stress on the chip. Specialized neural networks called Tensor Cores then take over. Using AI upscaling, they stretch the small image and mathematically guess the missing pixels, resulting in an output that looks like true 4K. This technology has evolved into frame generation. The AI analyzes 2 real consecutive frames and hallucinates a completely new fake frame to inject between them, doubling the perceived smoothness. This reveals a startling fact about modern gaming. At high frame rates, nearly half of the reality you see on screen was never actually rendered by the hardware. It is a seamless, beautiful lie generated by AI.